Oh, we can put like an intro video in there. And
Yeah,
we're
like a
live.
countdown timer.
Yeah, theirs is a lot more in depth. The Streamlabs one just has kind of like layers in the background, some other stuff you can do with subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched like 3 or 4 hours of just the Streamlab one. Yeah, we're live
Nice.
now.
But the only thing that sucks, well, because I didn't pay for this yet, is that it has the StreamYard logo on it.
I think that shows more credibility than anything.
But now I'm actually just from using this simply right now, I'm more bought in. So I'm for sure gonna buy it today. It seems more user.
How much is it?
I think it's like almost $500 for the year.
Oh, okay. We can get that in subs.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. And it gives me a live chat. And do you guys see that we have a private chat? Can you see that too?
I don't see it in my phone.
Yeah, you hit chat. Sub losers.
You see it?
Yeah, just that chat with everyone in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
That's pretty cool. So we can call people gay and stuff behind their backs on live.
Yeah, just don't accidentally put it in the other chat.
So and so is gay. Oh man, dude, 8 o'clock in the morning. We were on time for this one, the same way that we were on time with Maggie.
Yeah.
This is not a representation of myself.
It seems like it.
No, I don't like that.
Just
On
just to
time.
be
On
clear,
time was 15 minutes early.
just to be clear, this was Joe's fault.
Your room helps you sleep at night.
Just
Yeah,
kidding,
you
but
changed it the last second.
yeah,
I was all ready for my time, 10 o'clock, and then you guys are like, let's change it back.
I didn't think that we ever did 9:30 or 9 o'clock. It's the most recent text says 8 a.m.
From this morning.
Whatever, we're here.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cool.
So
Well,
just
anyway,
this, right? We're playing with StreamYard, going live, making sure we're all good. Because on Thursday, what are we doing?
we are going to go live with Jason Ansley.
Who's that?
So Jason Ansley is the owner of Monster Games, and he is now part of the WFP. Logan, I sent you what his position was. What was it again?
Yeah, U.S.
American Events Director.
U.S. Events.
Yeah,
Director.
U.S. Director.
Yeah, U.S. Events Director. So we're going to go live with Jason Ansley to get more data and more updates on Joe.
The World Fitness Project.
There we go. Also, sipping on that Paper Street brew, so everybody's aware. Paper Street has the best coffee in the game. Joe's got that Mountain Valley Liver King sauce right next to him.
Heck yeah.
That's all that dude drinks.
Ancestral tenants.
Yeah. I'm excited to talk to Jason, dude. He's been on the podcast, I think 2 or 3 times. I can't remember if it's 3 or not, but I'm excited to talk to him because he always has a lot of insight. And I think from a director's perspective, he'll have a lot to say. You know, I don't know if he'll be able to answer some of the questions that people are wondering, like the profit answer or like the monetary answers, which I know that they're important to you guys, or maybe not important to you guys. I don't know. But for me, it's kind of like Maggie said, it's really none of my business. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I just want to know like what the season is going to look like, how they're going to direct their quarterly open thing, and how they're going to use it for buy-in and shit, you know?
Yeah, the only reason I care about the money stuff is it will give me a better sense of their business model and their confidence in it.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, we're not going to talk about that, we're going to talk about that. I'm like, that to me doesn't bode well on their confidence that whatever their runways for growth or revenue models are like, still like, well, I hope this pans out.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
That's kind of where I feel. I don't really need to know because again, I guess I really don't care as long as the athletes are getting paid and as long as you're not like paying affiliates to de-affiliate from CrossFit. Like I guess I don't care what you do.
I feel like a lot of people warmed up after the podcast.
Well, because we finally got information that we felt like was a source that like, again, Maggie was like, if I'm lied to, we're done, and we have that it's forever in the ether.
Yeah, so I went back and like looked at. Did you guys look at the live chat?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, a new podcast to watch at work, in quotes from Kenneth. Yes, sir.
I would love to know what everyone does for work in the chat.
Yeah, Kenneth, what do you do for work? I know you have an OnlyFans, but what do you do past that? So for me, I feel like I lost my train of thought. Oh, I feel like people are warm though, because I don't know, dude. I get the sense that people just kind of like to have shit to bitch about, you know, or to worry about. Dang, I haven't said that word in a long time.
Shit or bitch.
The B word, dude. The B word. I feel like people just like to have stuff to talk about, and it's kind of like there's really nothing to talk about here.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
feel like
mean?
people more often than not find commonality in negative things than positive things.
Yeah, for sure.
From a conversation standpoint. But again, I walked away feeling much warmer to World Fitness Project. Savan said the same thing.
Mhm.
Oh, is this guy cooler than Logan? Kenneth the lap.
Read it out, Logan. You read it.
I'm a Marine, currently a platoon sergeant. Fancy way of saying I heard kittens and tell adult men to do their training, go to medical, etc. That's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, you do just heard people. That's funny.
I just realized something too. I gotta give you access, Logan, to like probably the Instagram so that you can like post when we're live and stuff.
Yeah. Whenever you let that baby up, just let me know.
I will.
I'm on the StreamYard site right now too, trying to mess around with it. I'm
Trying
probably
to
gonna need
figure
the
shit
login
out.
stuff for that as well.
For StreamYard?
Yeah, once you have the login stuff.
I already gave you access.
For StreamYard?
Yeah, to this. Yeah, I made you an admin.
Oh. So within the Gmail I gave you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're an admin. You can do whatever you want for this.
So I should be able to see our live right now, right?
Yeah, you should be able to go in and take full control of the live.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't see anything. Hold on. Members.
So again, to everyone, I guess I should just talk to Kenneth directly because he's the only one watching. But again,
we got 4 now.
we are just playing with StreamYard to get the hang of it, so we have less technical difficulties come Thursday.
Okay, let's clear that up though. So the technical difficulties thing. So many people like commented on this. Look, Joe told me 3 hours beforehand that there was a post that was made for Maggie. What are you pointing at?
Oh, sorry, I gotta point the other way. Sorry, I'm pointing at the wrong person.
Joe told me like 3 hours before that there was a post that Maggie was the first affiliate or whatever. And Joe and I both know Maggie. I have Maggie's phone number, and I was like, okay, should we see if we can do something? And then he said, or you guys agreed. And then so we run and gunned it. We went, hurried. We were at the tattoo appointment when Tristan was getting his ass tattooed with Dave Castro's logo.
But why did it take so long at the tattoo parlor?
Why did it take so long?
Because your ding dong make a wish kid doesn't know how to bring an ID with him for life.
Yeah, but that was before we even knew about the thing. So we'll talk about that because that's funny too. But so we're at the tattoo parlor. They finally let him out. We went to go get food, and then we ran back to my house. And then Maggie's gym is on the other side of town, and we go there. I realized I forgot the laptop. I brought everything but the laptop. Girlfriend brought it, and then we set it up. It was a run and gun situation. 5 minutes of setup and then going live. We knew like an hour and a half before that we got the go ahead from Maggie to come over and do the live.
And then we went live with shotgun mic audio, not microphone audio.
Yeah. But let me say this too. Your favorite podcasters are not doing this. Your favorite podcasters are not going to live events or weren't. They're not like making sure that they go live with somebody in person. Savan's done the live stream stuff now. I'm saying like obviously.
I traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. It's big J
we're really
journalism.
allocating large amounts of resources to this.
Yeah. But no, I'm saying I think that we did a really good thing, a good job. Like we didn't.
No, I think overall the mission was accomplished. Right?
Yeah, and we didn't just settle for like going on our computer and asking Maggie to go live on her phone, which would have been like 10 times easier.
Yeah,
you know?
and Savan says it was still very entertaining, so I will take that. You also said something that I think is noteworthy. You keep saying girlfriend. When are you gonna put a ring on that thing?
On my girl?
Mm-hmm.
He just put one on his tricep.
Yeah, so it's I put a cock ring on whenever I can. So is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
On her?
Yeah. Her strap on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Peggy.
No,
I don't see
hell
this.
no.
Miss Peggy.
Was I
A
supposed to get an
ring.
email from you?
A ring
on
will
this?
happen. What?
Am I supposed to get an email from you? Because I got no like confirmation email or like about being a admin on here as well.
Yeah, you
'Cause
should
I'm
got
logged in on my email on the platform, but I don't see anything.
LJ McNally, right?
For StreamYard, like, can we
25.
only go live or whatever, make content under counterculture, or can say if we use this account, could I do a CrossFit Kenosha one?
I
Like,
don't
could I
know.
go into my YouTube on CrossFit Kenosha and launch one?
It's a good question. I have no idea.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
some more research.
That might be
Cool.
like the professional or whatever, because there's 3 tiers. There's the middle tier, which is what we have, but we can go live on multiple platforms at once, and we can have up to like I think 10 or 12 people.
Yeah.
And then the last tier, that might be a thing. I don't know. But if you want to do the last tier and split it, I'm down.
Yeah, I would
Because
do
we
that.
get more like high def recordings and we get more like storage space.
Yep.
For this stuff. So
Yeah, I agree.
So on Thursday, we're gonna be interviewing Jason Ansley, and then the plan is to at least what I'm thinking, and you guys tell me if you want to do this, because I know Ryan. I think that we have a good chance, a good possibility of getting Ryan on next week, and then hopefully we can get someone like Will Murad on too.
Yeah, I would assume if I'm WFP and I see our podcast,
Mhm.
I would believe that they're happy to have us share it, as long as I think that they understand that our goal isn't necessarily coming in with an opinion or a bias or a goal, other than we want to just find out what fact or fiction is, and then the community can take with that what it is.
Yep. Well, I told them straight up that we want to do a podcast with Jason to answer more of the CrossFit community's questions. So I think that they're very aware of like what the goal is. You know what I mean? And so again, my goal is not really so much to like pry and understand like financials and shit like that. It's just like kind of clear the air. Like, you guys aren't trying to take over CrossFit, are you? Or you're not trying to, wreck the community that everyone cares about so much or whatever. You know what I'm talking
And
about?
again, they very well may say that they are trying to.
Yeah.
Not like a direct hostile takeover, but if CrossFit doesn't elevate what they're doing from a games experience or whatever, like, it's capitalism, and the better opportunity is going to attract better athletes and more money. So they very well could have that as an actual long game, which again, I can't not respect capitalism and that.
Right. Yeah,
But
I agree.
as I know it, I like the CrossFit Games to be numero uno.
Justin is pretending for money for his medication. Who has diabetes? So I put a CGM in today just to continuously track my glucose. That's it.
Insulin is the most anabolic substance on the planet.
Yeah, we're looking for anabolic health right now. And anabolic. We're looking for metabolic and anabolic health right now. So I'm kind of like one of those biohacking nerds. I'm really into supplements and really into data. That's why we labeled this I have diabetes, because Joe was like, just put I have diabetes.
I am very impressed with your depth and breadth of knowledge on supplements.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. I plan on having this dude, Tyler Pansner, back on this channel so he can kind of go a little bit deeper into what, like, dude, the CrossFit world, I think would benefit so much from a lot of the stuff that this guy has to say. He talks
what's his
specifically
name?
Dr. Tyler Pansner.
Logan, is there a way to like put his name up in
Yeah,
flashy font?
if I can, I'm telling you, if I can figure out how he sent me a link to be an admin, I'd pull all this up right now.
It should be from the Counterculture email.
MTHFR.
MTHFR brothers.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. We know how to pull up comments now.
Yes. The real deal.
No. Can you resend it?
I don't know if I can because we're live right now. I tried to go into the back end of
Where you go?
StreamYard on another tab and it didn't work.
Are you there, Joe?
Am I here?
Yeah, I don't see Justin though.
What?
You can't see me? Can you see me?
Do you see Justin?
Logan, yes. Yes.
Oh, I don't see.
He's on the TV and he's in front of my face.
I don't see Justin.
Weird. Can
I
chat
have
see
no
me?
email from Counterculture.
Most from Justin Quintero.
Yeah, or that.
Logan, can
Just
you hear
his
me?
invite for the stream.
Can Logan hear me though? Or no?
I don't think Justin actually did it.
I don't know. I don't
Can
think
you
he
hear
did.
me, Joe?
Let's see.
Yes.
What? Logan, can you hear me or not?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Weird. What the heck?
That's
All
weird.
right, growing pains. Growing pains with the
I just have
stream.
a link from you. That's it
Okay.
for the stream.
I guess
Let's
we'll
talk
have to
about
do it.
Colton, the Open champion.
Yeah, let's talk about Colton.
A first, and a third.
Well, we looked up Christine Clever
Yeah.
was the only other person that was that close. And that was
Yeah.
6 workouts that they had in the Open in 2012.
5 firsts.
5 first and a third or fourth or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the last time someone was that close to sweeping the Open.
Yep. And Mel got close. Yeah.
But I think that's a bigger feat with 6 workouts. That's way better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Again, the
pretty
depth
freaking
of
wild.
field is a very different conversation. Kristen Clever was beating bitches down back then.
Yeah, she was ridiculous. She was just raw. I mean, that's all you had to be in the sport, was just raw and go after it, because there wasn't all this like extra stuff with the grips and where you do all this like gymnastics like movement. There's one way to do a pull up. There's one way to do this. Not getting around it. Who can just do it faster?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Logan, real quick. It says it's pending for you.
Pending. What email did you send it from?
LJ McNally, 25.
What email? Yeah.
Logan, you left
Well, they
some
just
sick-
dox me. Yeah, he's gonna dox everything about
You're
me.
just gonna get brand deals now because you're a super athlete.
Logan, you left me a tin of Sixers.
I did.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now they're staring at me whether I should try one.
That's
I don't know if
weird.
I don't know if I'm ready for the big leagues.
You have 1 seat left.
Okay, you're admin now. You were co-host before. So do you want to refresh your page and see?
Yeah, let me log out of my StreamYard account and
Okay.
log back in.
All right. We'll see Logan in a couple seconds.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay on my phone.
Oh.
I'm doing it on the computer.
That's a
Because
smart boy.
From Computadora.
So do we think that Colton makes it to the games this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I just
He
like how
should
they
have made
called
it
out
last
Jason
year.
Hopper.
You take 2 no reps out of that ring muscle up workout, and he potentially finishes top 3.
I agree. I think he was done dirty last year. I don't think that it was like that. It was legit no reps. Because I'm looking, like, I remember watching the stream and being like, what the hell is going on? And then looking at, like, I think it was 2 people over from him and it was clear no reps.
Yeah.
And he still, like, he beat Colton. And then I was like, Colton's not going to games. What the hell? What the hell happened? Yeah, he got done dirty last year for whatever reason. Maybe because he's part of Savon's crew.
Again, that is the truth. Like, there is a serious reality that there's a population that hate Savon, they hate Dave, they hate Greg, and anyone associated with those people. I mean, like, Tommy Marquez called Dave persona non grata.
Yeah.
What an ignorant statement.
Who is that?
Tommy Marquez.
Who is that?
I like that you don't know who it is, so we'll just leave it at that.
Tommy Nishani.
Tommy Marquez worked media for CrossFit for a long time. He was let go, I think, in the first batch of media firings, and then went to Talking Elite Fitness, which he does with Sean Woodland, and now is
he's
the head
like,
announcer, and he's announcer for WFP.
He's the Hispanic dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's one of the off off-brand buttery bros. Like there's Heber Mars, and then
Yeah.
there's Tommy and Julian that are sometimes there.
Yo, that's
They're like
like the
the-
racist. He's off brand because he's brown.
He's like they're like the
That's
CNN of
definitely not on
CrossFit
brand.
media.
Yeah.
Those two are white as can be.
That's funny, dude. Holy crap.
Yeah, they're like CNN of CrossFit media.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
won't say
talk about
anything in the
morning
Cranston.
chalk up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's that?
What is morning chalk up?
Well, no, I know what morning chalk up is. The brother
The-
of the non-white buttery bro.
Morning chalk up is the most clearly biased media outlet humanly possible. Like there's Emily Beers will never post something positive about CrossFit. They posted the whole water quality treatment thing in Madison that they had to actually go back and redact and say oops.
Because the water
Like-
quality was fine.
It was fine at the point it was tested.
Oh.
Again, you can just tell that their goal is to disparage CrossFit in a PC way.
Yeah.
And
This is funny because they wouldn't be there without CrossFit.
Well, dude,
So
yeah.
they call it morning chalk up. Like they don't do anything else.
Let's be fair about the water quality thing, though. It's a lake in Wisconsin. Like,
right.
people go in it all the time, and it is disgusting. There's shit floating around. There's beer. Like, half
Yeah.
the lake is beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised those athletes didn't come out drunk.
Yeah. No, I mean most lakes are not very clean. Like natural lakes in
All
cities.
right, here I'm gonna.
Is this true right here? More people have left working for morning chalk up than signed up for the Open this year.
Yeah.
Huh.
They can't keep talent. They've kept Emily Beers.
I don't know who any of these bozos are. So
Yeah, that's the right word for them.
it doesn't matter to me. That's funny. Although I have
They, like,
realized
They love posting every week or every day how much open signups are down or whatever. Like they just want to try to paint the picture that CrossFit is for certain dying. It is just a matter of if not when. When again, if CrossFit dies, what the hell are y'all going to talk about? It's like CNN when Trump didn't get elected, and it's like, oh, we can only talk about our guy now.
yeah,
Oh, geez,
for sure.
you can't show us that stuff.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, that's my other monitor. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, so it says.
You guys, this is our first time using StreamYard. That's why you're seeing us go through the growing pains right now.
Referrals.
We're going to talk more about WFP and Joe's
no money,
fight
look at
with
that.
whatever that dude's name is.
Like
Zero money.
Morning Chalk Up didn't say a single sentence about the 30 for 30.
You got
But
it,
they
Logan?
will post about the
No.
most random person in CrossFit, their random clean PR.
Let's figure it out later. Just tell me what you guys want me to pull up on the screen, and we'll just figure it out after. I'll pay for the subscription or whatever.
You can pull up the open leaderboard. R with us.
Yeah,
didn't
I
do
just don't
that.
know why I don't have like an email or anything from you.
I legitimately would pull up the CrossFit Open leaderboard, but I have zero idea how to even use the leaderboard, dude.
Games.crossfit.com, competition dashboard. And then you go to leaderboards and custom leaderboard. And then you can literally add names or affiliates, sexes. And then you can put me and Logan and we see where we stick up.
Logan, did I beat you?
I
In the
don't know.
open?
It's
what'd you
interesting
get on there?
because you
Yeah,
guys
I
are
don't
pretty
know.
tight in week 3. There's a big gap between you two on week 1, and there's a bigger gap between you two on week 2.
Nice.
Because Justin
Maybe
was
the-
like 3 minutes ahead. on
Maybe the
week
bigger
2.
cap will help. Big
Yeah.
gaps help. Tight gaps
Like-
are hard.
Week 1, well, I had more points in week 1 than 2 and 3 combined.
Okay, hold on. So, CrossFit leaderboard, share. Okay, can you guys see this? Yeah. All right, cool. So we're in the leaderboard. What do I do? Go up here?
Go to competition dashboard,
Here?
top right. Click your little thingy. No, click your little image. Are you logged in first?
No, I'm not logged in.
Log in.
I don't even know what my login is. Let's save this. I don't know what my login is for this shit.
I'm telling you.
Let's
Yeah.
get it together.
I'll be fine with this
I
on
have the
Thursday, I
app.
promise.
I have the app. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
why
great.
we have Logan. So,
Yeah.
but however, I'm taking my in-person W's.
Take whatever you need there, Sweet Pea.
So when we show up to competition in real life, we're not redoing workouts. We're doing
I agree.
W or not.
I agree. There are
Yeah,
gamers and there are people that need extra tries.
That's
And
the
I am a big time extra try boy.
So when I first started CrossFit, that was the one thing that I was super confused about. For it like to be the season, right? So I started CrossFit like 4 years ago, 2020, 2021, something like that, in the spring. And then I remember they were like, "Are you going to do the open? Are you going to do the open?" I was like, what is that? I did like legitimately at first didn't know that you could compete in this CrossFit thing. And then this guy told me, I asked him, one of the coaches, Brandon Mabe, and he's like, well, obviously you're not going to go to like the games or something. And I was like, okay, who the hell is this guy telling me I'm not going to do something? Right. And then I was like, what is the games? And then he told me what the games was. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the games since you said I'm not going to go to the games. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever, later on, I figure out that the open is the way to do this stuff. And then I don't even know if I signed up. I probably did. We'd have to look at my profile, but I signed up for
Which
the
we
game,
can't get
for
into.
the open. Yeah, which we can't get into. But I signed up for the open. But then they told me that you're allowed to redo stuff. And I was like, what the hell? That's not how competitions work. I was so thrown off and confused by it.
Yeah. It's to account for the average person doing it and like a lot of mistakes.
Right.
More like actual mistakes of like messing up a recording or messing up a rep scheme or the actual workout versus again, like quarterfinals, you get I think windows for different workouts. So there's less ability to retest. And then in semis or something, it was like you had to do the workout at a certain time and you had to say like a specific phrase to prove that you're doing it in the window that they said.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool concept for like your everyday gym goer for sure. But I think it is kind of weird when you get to like the professional level to let people have as many attempts as they want to like qualify for something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And that's why it's only really there for the gen popper. And then once the professionals get to the professional ish level, then those confines are the way they are. So yeah.
I'm going to go take Boom Boom real quick. You guys carry this conversation.
It's 30 minutes into a live cast and he's got to go poop. Savannah holds his pee for 4 hours.
Yeah.
This is the difference.
That's all right. That's why we're counterculture. We do everything that everybody else doesn't.
True.
Like work on our stuff now.
What's up, KDL? What's KDL?
I don't know, but I could make it mean a lot of things. Who knows?
Hi,
Heather,
guys.
what's up?
Yo, now we
Can
brought
you
the
hear
real
me?
talent in.
Yeah,
I
yo,
know.
315.
I know. It was easy.
Well, yeah,
It
when are we
looked
gonna hit
easy.
that for a double?
Reportedly, that was a RPE of 8 or 9, he said.
Okay.
How does he report that?
I don't know. He just watches a lot of people squat.
Oh, I know.
Were you did you have any knee sleeves on or anything like that? Like wraps?
Just, knee sleeves, like SBD knee sleeves.
Okay, no wrapping. Yeah, I
No.
like the SBD ones.
I squatted 305 without knee sleeves, though.
That's impressive.
So I could probably do it without.
Are those
Dang.
9 mil?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Probably. They're nice. They're really thick. They're hard to put on.
I'm trying to
though.
win the next meet that I go to.
When's
That's
that?
the only thing you should try and do.
In August, I think I'm gonna do one.
In Wisconsin?
What do you think you got to squat to win?
Oh, not even 300, probably.
Yeah, you just go and just destroy everybody.
I got the second highest dot score at the first one that I did.
Educate me on, again, I'm not discrediting your strength at all, but
Yeah.
how are you so confident that wherever you waltz in is just a W?
I'm not. I mean,
What's wrong with the competition?
That's how you have to go into a competition.
Are you just finding the comps with like, ooh, I know this person's not going to be there.
No,
Listen.
I mean, to be honest, the first one that I did was actually a lot of like masters people. There was like no young people, it was all masters pretty much.
You're how many years from masters?
I'm a sub master in powerlifting. So 35 to 39 is submaster, and then master is 40 on.
Mm.
So I don't know. But this is overall the whole entire like women's every weight class, every woman, I was the second highest.
Wow.
Nice.
So, and that's like your body weight to your total or whatever, like that calculation.
Yep.
And so one of the girls from my gym, she won it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
what
have you
about
already
bench?
bench?
I mean, I benched 185 with my butt down last week, so that was good.
That was a pause?
No, it wasn't. So yeah, that's questionable. But that's my weakest problem. So I don't know. We'll see.
Are you wide on your grip, or are you pretty narrow? Does it matter?
Wide, I think.
Wide.
Yeah. I go out to like the little
rings.
Yeah.
So have you already surpassed Justin's powerlifting career in like 3 months?
Oh, for sure.
He's like, I'm not gonna let you get stronger than me.
Get out of here.
That's awesome.
Say bye.
Justin, our views went up like 30% when Heather came on.
She's strong.
I think you're out of the job.
That 315 looked really good.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, she's a strong lady for sure. But yesterday, so I'm like on a strength cycle now, like 12 weeks. And so
As you should be.
Yeah. I'm on a strength cycle, and she put I saw 315 was on her bar. And so I was supposed to establish like a heavy 5 for squats, deadlifts, and whatever. And then, so I saw 315 on her bar. I'm like, damn it. Now I like actually got to push the squats today. Like I got to like really try. And so I put an undisclosed amount of weight on the bar yesterday for 5.
Undisclosed.
There's nothing more soul sucking than a 5x5 back squat. Like at like 90%.
Yeah.
100%. I think the most I ever did was 365. And like I just felt every ounce of my soul leaving my body on every 4 and 5.
For a 5x5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like it took
like
90
hour
minutes.
Too. Yeah.
What's your highest 20 rep?
286.
I've never done a 20 rep max ever.
Oh, Savon's live now?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. He's always live.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
People will go back and forth. I've never done a 20 repper, but I have done like I think 450 something for like 6 or so.
What?
For a back squat?
Yeah. Yep.
You back squatted 450 pounds for 6?
I've squatted over 500 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, dude. I was a power lifter. Remember at one point.
Well, how much more did you weigh?
I think at that point I was like 205, so like 10 pounds heavier. Yeah, 10 pounds or so.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I squatted 515 for a single. That was with like a Texas power bar, so like a heavier bar, right? A 55-pound bar.
And that's just easier because there's less whip?
No, it's not easier. It's harder probably. Okay. But it's just longer. So like they use that in a lot of different federations. So
yeah,
515. It was either 505 or 515. I can't remember. I have a video of it.
A deadlift bar is also longer and skinnier, right? I've seen deadlift bars that are like 27 mil, I think.
Yeah, little like a Texas deadlift bar is like a tad bit skinnier, I think. But the real difference is the whip on it, so the length and the knurling. The knurling is like
aggressive,
extremely tough.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah, and so I never pulled over 600 in competition, but I benched in the gym 400 pounds at 205. Yeah.
You see Nick Matthew deadlifted 615 pounds, I think it was.
Yeah, he's a beast. He comes from the powerlifting world too, though.
That makes sense.
Isn't he out in the Midwest area?
Yeah. He's Minnesota bred, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's a strong boy.
Yeah, he's got good levers.
Yeah.
5x5 or 20 rep max. Either way, I'm bitching till it's over and then some. Yeah, for sure, dude. Squats are just tough.
For me, it's like back squats. I don't even know how to describe it, But like again, it just feels like my legs stay under me, but my soul and just my ability for my frame to just want to keep the weight on me any longer.
I agree. That and
Like
yoke carries.
my 286 for
Oh,
20, I
yoke
think I
carries.
could have did 30. My legs had it all day, but it just like I just felt like my vertebrae compressing, my back sinking. I was like, oh.
Like this is too much axial loading. I'm
Yeah. Seriously, I think that's my biggest issue with squatting in general. Is I need to get my body more accustomed to just like rack holds and shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you should just do rack holds or like pin squats, like from above parallel.
Pin into the bar, right?
No, like from the pin.
Okay.
Yeah, above parallel. That'd be a good way to just get used to higher weight.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like you put pins in and you squat up to them and you just drive as hard as you can.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people's problems with squats is that they're just not primed to hold the weight. Like they just don't know what weight feels like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even yesterday, like I have not put 3 bills or higher on the bar in such a long time because of running or whatever. And so when I was about to squat 315 yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like the earth is on my shoulders.
Wow.
Mhm.
It was light for me. It felt really light for me.
I'm doing a podcast. I'd prefer if you just like kept it professional.
Oh, now I know how I feel with Tristan around.
He wasn't even the peanut gallery. He didn't even talk when we were going, except for like twice.
Yeah, he will live rent free in your head, Joe.
Yeah, that's too many.
I think it's just because he got too close to beating you that you got upset.
Bro, we were literally like 6 minutes apart in that workout.
Yeah, I know.
He got 4 calories and he got capped at 20 minutes. And
redid
I
it
finished in
yesterday.
about 16 minutes.
Who?
Tristan, he
Tristan.
redid it yesterday.
Oh, how'd he do?
He got I
Even
think
worse.
12 calories better.
Oh, good. That's a good improvement.
Mhm.
Oh, I lost Joe.
You lost Joe?
I
got him
did.
back now.
That's fine.
All right, Joe, why don't you is he back for you?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Why don't we go over your little dispute with whatever that dude's name is?
That's not a dispute. It's just I just don't like that he complains that people screw off at a global gym and don't work between sets. They take forever, 10 minutes on the phone. And then I bring up, you'll never see that at a CrossFit gym. And then he's like, yeah, just working out all crazy. And I'm like, okay, one's too much rest, one's too crazy. I'm like, bro, you're just creating content just to, I don't know.
What's his
troll.
name again? Is it Jeb?
Jude, I don't know his actual name, but it's the Judy and Hard dude. The same guy that jerks off Wellborn. They did a podcast with.
Wellborn. Okay.
Again, dude's super athletic. And I do really like the way he trains. Just like I like Blair McConnell, that guy in England that's super explosive and springy. I showed Logan him the other day. He can like pain power clean like 365 for like 5. Now, yes, all those guys I'm sure are on shit. I mean, you look at that Judy and Hard dude, like you can eyeball that he's on shit, which again is all fine and good. It's their journey. But like it comes across a little tone deaf when you throw stones at everybody.
Yeah, I agree. But I
do think the way he trains is really ideal.
Yeah.
But you can't expect the average person to train that way. It takes so much coaching, program design, equipment variability, spatial demand. None of that makes sense. If everyone trained like that, you would have fist fights everywhere. People fighting for like turf space and sleds and bands and like runway for movement. Like it, yes, it's cool for you and your solo mission, but this is not a multiplayer co-op opportunity at all. That's my whole beef. Is he's just being nearsighted on how possible it is for a mass group of people. And it's like, that's the only thing we can help as a mass group. I can't have 800 101s.
Well, I don't think that that's like their point is to like create some sort of class-based fitness that is super athletic and stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't think they are. I just think it's dumb to nitpick something that has to be done in a class setting and then say how this should be done. It's like that doesn't the two things can't coexist. And it's like, so why argue about it? Like no one disputes how they train is intelligent, like extremely intelligent. I would be happy to do his programming. I would get fitter and I would get better. I'm not a very explosive person, so it'd be very advantageous for me. But I can't program that for my members.
Yeah. I mean, some of the elements you could definitely program for your members, right?
Yes.
Like you could
yes.
definitely program more plyometric stuff, which is probably super beneficial for the population at large to do.
Yep.
To do that.
I agree completely. And we got more foam plyo boxes, so we can have people try to stretch themselves outside of a 30-inch box jump. We sometimes will do like rotational throws and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like there's only so much you can do left and right.
I think that's one thing that's like really, really missed from CrossFit is the rotational strength. That
I think we all agree. Caroline Prevost says that all the time, and you watch how she trains, and she trains different. But she's also a really good athlete and has a good background in hockey, I think, or field hockey, wherever it is. So like she's educated and understands how that program should be designed, which the average person doesn't get that. It's too unfamiliar, or even for people like, again, CrossFit, you understand that not everyone that walks in your gym is actually an athlete. How much do I really want them to put that kind of shearing force laterally? Like we're asking for issues with MCLs, PCLs, meniscuses. Like I understand you got to strengthen it, and there's a path to that. But if you put a great big population on that, I think you're asking for just as much issue, if not more, when you say, "Hey, we got to rebound these box jumps." Or you load it, you have a giant amount of ring dips in a workout. Like, yeah, you're gonna have pec tears. Like, was it irresponsible of CrossFit? I would definitely entertain that.
Yeah.
It should have been more like muscle ups and complexes of ring dips, maybe like a muscle up and 5. But to do that many ring dips under physical duress that extreme, like the pec can't handle that. And again, it's a learning lesson. We're doing training that CrossFit's new, and so mistakes are gonna get made. As long as we don't see that programmed again, then I think, okay, we took some data. It just sucks that 18 people or whatever it was toward the pec.
So I think that it's really difficult to say that certain movements, no matter what, are injurious in nature, right? Like that's problematic to say, because even when people are like, you shouldn't put bounding for box jumps in a program, like you should always make it not okay. You know, like in competition, people want bounding banned. Well, I'm like, no, it's not injurious by nature. It's just the more dynamic a movement is at high velocities and high reps, of course, it's going to be more injurious.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room for it to go wrong.
Yeah.
The problem isn't the movement, though. The problem is the programming for the person doing the movement. So like with bounding box jumps, how we could for sure get rid of injuries, and not for sure, but definitely lessen the flow of injuries, reduce it, is people do more bounding practice. And like I was talking to an athlete and they were like, we do a lot of bounding practice and double unders. I'm like, no, that's not bounding practice. That's just bounding in practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and the shearing force is so much lower. I agree with you 100%. There aren't good and bad movements. I'm just saying, as a gym owner and a programmer, if I want to err on the side of keeping more members in my doors on a regular basis, there are some things that I think need to be
prioritize
less often. And when we do them, I'm very forthright of being like, if you don't think you can do this at game speed, don't do it.
Yeah. Like there are things that I would like if you're trying to program for a population at large and look for health and look for longevity, I think that core rotational strength is super important. I also think that like lateral movement and in any facet is really important. Like ski jumps and stuff for an older population is probably really important. They should learn how to fire their adductors just in case they're going to fall. They need to catch themselves if there's ice on the ground outside. Like there's so many instances where that is actually important. And so if the goal is to have longevity and have the gen pop, healthy and shit, like, absolutely. We should be strengthening those. And not to mention, like, I'm one of those coaches that thinks that like footwork drills are just retarded. Like there's no place for them if you're trying to develop speed and stuff. However, the reason why they can be important is because it's just giving you spatial awareness in time and space, right? So it's giving you awareness, like how to move your body through time and space, proprioception, right? And that becomes really important for people that are like geriatric. That's really important for that population. The other population that it may or may not be important for is like the football player, right? It's not going to get them faster, but it will teach them how to like juke, duck, get out of the way, that type of thing, right? But you like, obviously you build power and speed through actual power and speed movements, squats, learning how to sprint, proper technique, where do you strike, what does your stride look like, your gait rather, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think that, so that could bring us to like Hiller's recent video on Lyle McDonald and them.
You can say what you want, but please just don't DM him apologizing after.
I didn't even apologize. Did I apologize?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah. No. Okay. Hiller, you triggered me a little bit yesterday. And
yeah, it's actually a lot easier to do than you let on.
It might be. It might. Well, with this stuff,
Because you already unfollowed Keeping It Real. Yeah. There's a pattern.
Okay.
There's a pattern I'm seeing here.
I will be honest about Keeping It Real, and I'm not trying to like start any drama or anything like that. Number one, his content is just not for me. It's super like he just like shits on people a lot, and I'm just not. I don't follow any accounts like that where it's like every account or everything is making fun of people instead of like having something of value to say. Like Hiller, the reason why I can listen to his content because he doesn't shit on people. He brings up good points. You know what I mean? And so that's why I listen to his content. That's why I watch his content. Keeping It Real, it's just like he's trying to appease the crowd by just like High Rocks is gay and like all this stuff. And I'm like, hey man, that's just not for me. You know what I mean? And like to each their own, right? You can people like it obviously, and he likes it, and that's cool. That's it. But this isn't the first time where there's been a live where he hops on and he's like kind of talking shit. Like it's so it is what it is. And like I don't need that. You know what I mean? I don't want it. So, and look, I'm not going to expose anyone in particular, but if I get on the phone with you and you clear something up with me about one live, right, that you were on and you were commenting and you apologize or whatever, and then you clear something up and you ask me advice about things, if we're going to get on live and you're going to be nice to me like that after the fact, but then you repeat it and do it again, bro, like I'm over it. I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't need like it's just some fake shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like it's not to say anything. Like I think that he's otherwise probably a really nice guy, but like I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't have to.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean the Sevenistas in general, as extra sloppy would say, it's like a blend of like trolling and poking the bear to induce a lot of engagement and comment. Which again is still a net positive, but trust me, I get it. Like you can tell when they're bored and they're on a podcast and they're just saying all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah, for sure.
But
no, but the thing is like it's different if you're just a troll, right? And you're just like you're trolling. But then if you hop on a phone call with me and you like apologize for what you said on a live and then you do it again, then I'm just kind of like, what is this? Like, are you a troll or are you just going back and forth to like please people? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's my only point. No, but Hiller's video, okay. Hiller does an amazing job at like every single video he does. However, I think he kind of like missed the mark a little bit in this video with Lyle McDonald. The only issue, and maybe it's because it's Lyle McDonald, that I'm like, yo, we gotta chill out a little bit, right?
That's that's Ronald's brother.
I think so. I'd have to ask Ronald. Ronald McDonald, dude. There was just a couple points where I was like, kind of like the mark was missed, kind of like what we were just talking about before with the injury thing, right? Is that the point that Lyle was trying to make? And dude, Lyle is was one of the most respected people in the industry for a very long time. For like,
why do you say was?
Because he has bipolar, and so because he has bipolar, he basically burned bridges with people. So nothing about his reputation like going bad has anything to do with like his knowledge base. It has to do with like he just like burned bridges with people because he has bipolar. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does suck, dude, because he is a wealth of knowledge. Like you will find podcasts with Mike Israetel actually propping Lyle up, saying how smart he is and all this stuff. And then like slowly over time, you see that the podcast slowly were like, Mike was like, F Lyle McDonald, he's a dickhead, blah blah, and he never attacks his actual intellect anymore. He just like attacks him as a person.
Yeah.
But I think that Lyle and Solomon were extremely right to say that some of the programming in CrossFit is injurious. Like, again, nothing is injurious in nature, right? But like, if you are doing highly technical movements, and to Hiller's point too, he brought up sprinting. If you are doing highly technical movements in a time frame with certain load and to fatigue, there's absolutely a greater chance that you will get injured.
Yeah.
There's full stop. There's no argument with that. So to Hiller's point, sprinting is highly technical. You are right. But the difference is most people are not doing 400 meter or 200 meter, let's say 200 meter sprints 4 time, multiple reps. You know what I'm saying? So like, and if it was programmed in a workout, like a CrossFit style workout, they would probably get injured just as much. Cause you're right. It's highly technical. If you're going full effort and you're doing a bunch of reps, actually, I have a great example of that. One of my old clients, he doesn't train with me anymore. He's like a very high level sprinter in the state of Wisconsin. Right. He just like tore his hamstring like 6 weeks ago because of this, because it's highly technical, multiple reps. The coaches didn't know what they were doing. So there's always that chance when you're
but there's their onus isn't solely on the coach. Onus also lies in the athlete. If you said he's a world-class sprinter, he knows what warmed up
National
is
level.
and warmed up isn't. Like I pulled my hammy a little bit last year in the summer because we do program a lot of 400 meter and 200 meter repeats. RIP 200 meter loop because that new building was built. But anyways, the one day that I like had 2 leads come in, I'm chatting them up and whatever, and I'm like, oh, like I'll just like get a little warm and get in on the workout. We did a 400 meter run. I was trying to go sub a minute, and I make that like last turn, and I'm like, whoop, like my hammy pulls, and it's one of those things where it's like that was on me, like that I wasn't smart. I wasn't setting myself to be successful.
Yeah.
I'm also the programmer, so it's like, is it the programmer's fault or the programming's fault? No, but the warm-up needs to be appropriate for the programming if you're going to program that.
Yeah, but also high velocity movements, no matter what, something can just go wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
yes,
something
yes, yes.
like, so you're definitely right in saying that, like, if he wasn't warm, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But also he could have felt like super good. And then for some reason on that 8th round or whatever it was, his hamstring just popped. You know what I'm saying?
Tony, no way. You're doing a 5x5 wrong then. Tony said he'd rather do a 5x5 than 200 meter sprints.
He'd rather do
A 200 is by far my favorite distance to run. 400 and then 800 is the worst.
Yeah, but a 200 meter run, you have no choice but to go as hard as possible.
But you basically have the same thing at a 400, and you basically have the same thing at an 800. It's just that window of will exists.
Yeah. I mean,
yes, it's a little slower. I understand that it's not the same sprint.
No,
magically going further.
I agree with you. A 400 is actually probably worse than a 200.
And the 800, I think, is the worst because it's just long enough where you can fight for it, but it's too long. Oh God.
Yeah, but the distance for the 400 for whatever reason, have you gone to like a high school track meet and watched them?
Yeah.
Dude, for whatever reason, the 400 kicks everyone's ass, and they're like pale white, and they're freaking throwing up after, at least the really high level ones.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the frick is going on? I remember watching my client's first 400 meter like competition. This is probably like 4 years ago, the one that I was talking about when he was working with me. And I was like, dude, you need some sugar right now. You need some freaking sugar.
Tony, I'm definitely going to program like 40-yard dashes.
Holy crap. Huh?
I'll definitely mix it up. I like doing that stuff for sure.
I got to buy some Frost right now.
It just sucks that the way the parking lot is set up, it's got that grade to it where there really isn't a great spot for us to do 40-yard dashes unless I go on the far side where the parking lot kind of runs north and south. I could do it there, but I have to have everyone kind of like walk out there.
Is there a code?
Usually there's not, but let me see.
You guys, Paper Street is doing 50% off right now on everything until they hit $69,000 in sales because Colton won. The whole
that's legit.
69,000. Dude, Gabe is big time.
Or no, 6,900. My bad.
Oh,
My
I was
bad.
like, that's a
That
lot
would
of
be
sales.
crazy. Yeah, that'd be absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of Frost right now. So that was the only. Kenneth just said he got over $100 or $100 of coffee for $56. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
buying right now. So I think that was one of the only points in that video. You're popping a Frost right now, dog. Hell yeah.
Got to.
I don't remember what other points I brought up yesterday in text that I was like, I don't know about this. It is funny though, because Lyle McDonald does not know, obviously, like the ins and outs of the athletes, right? So like saying that Rich Froning was 240 pounds, bro, at the games, that's wild. Do you think a 240-pound dude is doing a bunch of ring muscle ups strung together?
I just
Like,
don't
that
understand how
point
you look at Rich and think he's 200. I mean, if you
Right.
think he's 6'2",
right.
but
But he did raise a good point too in saying, like, and I think that this is pretty known, that CrossFitters at large are on steroids. And this is something that I think is like completely missed. Did you
do we really think it's steroids, or do we think it's an other compounds?
I think that there's a lot of tall tale signs for at least women being on androgens.
Yeah, no, I do agree that the women, it's like for guys, there is too much muscle. For girls,
Yeah.
look at Andrea Pinheiro, and it's like, okay, she is definitely juiced to the gills,
Mhm.
but she's so damn strong, it just nets such a big advantage, and they're still smaller enough, and their bodies are equipped to move and transport oxygen, blood. But you just get some guys that are so big, like Adrian Moonveiler, Chandler Smith, where I worry that, like, I just don't think that horse has the ability to run all these races.
Yeah, I mean, Heather's brought up the point that she thinks that Justin Medeiros hasn't won the games again because he's the one that's not on juice.
Yeah, maybe.
I think there's a point. There's a argument to be made there.
No, we made that argument the other day with Ellie.
I mean,
Yeah.
Justin's so tricky because, like, when he won 2 years in a row, everyone's like, "Oh, here we go again." Like, he's not going to lose.
Mhm.
And for Justin, he moves so good. Like, that's what I love about Justin is you look at his overhead position and all that stuff, and it's like, man, this guy moves like a dream. He's gonna have so much longevity.
Yeah, he moves really well. I think that I don't know. So like Colton, I don't think is on steroids, but he's also
5'4", 190.
Yeah, he's what do you think he is?
No. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like, that's a lot of meat.
He's farm bred, dude.
Oh, I get it. I'm just saying, it's crazy how different human beings are.
His
Like,
knees,
we're all the same
like outside
species.
his shoulders.
Yeah, dude. We had just to put some light onto like why I personally don't think that Colton is on steroids. Is we had a farm boy come join our gym like years ago, right? And the first time that he ever deadlifted, he deadlifted over 600 pounds.
No, I definitely don't think Colton's on.
No,
And
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Rob Edquist is a 40-year-old ex-farmer. Now he works for, I think, CNH and corporate. But, like, he's farmish, and he has the best front squat in the gym by a long shot, and he doesn't even squat that much, and I think he can front squat 440.
Yeah. Just
Maybe it was 400, 405. Still, a big number for a weekly warrior gym goer that squats whenever I program it.
I just bought 28 cans of Frost.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, love you. Bye. Heather's leaving.
Bye.
They say bye.
Where's Tristan?
He's at work, believe it or not.
So again, to
He's
my
probably
point, why
watching.
is it that
He's
every time
probably
I'm
watching.
around, he has to be around, and when I'm not around, he's not there?
No, he's watching, so he is around. He told me to call you gay before.
That's not what he is. He says gaybo.
Yeah, gaybo. That's right.
You're a gaybo.
He's a gaybo or something like that. Let me look at our chat real quick. There's another thing that I wanted to bring up.
Oh, Tony thinks Grub's on sauce.
I don't think Grub is on sauce.
I'm proud of Grub for getting off the alcohol sauce. That was crazy to listen to.
I would I'm not gonna say anything here, but I'm gonna highly recommend that you guys go listen to my podcast with Grub from last year, because the coming out alcohol video was very interesting to me based on the conversation that I had with Grub.
I
We'll
watched
just
it
say that.
twice, and you could kind of feel how he was dancing around the subject.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Which again, not everyone's ready to share their story. Like when I had my issues with alcohol, like I wasn't ready to share it because I thought it was going to do more harm than help. But now that I'm on the other side of it, I can speak on it in a way that I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that he was that good, drinking that much, that regular.
Yeah. And he still doesn't say that he thinks he was an alcoholic. Or wait, no, he said he was, right? He said he probably was an alcoholic.
I think he finally said it, that this is, I think, what an alcoholic is like. Like every time a glass just turned into a bottle, and
A box of freaking wine every other night, dude. Like to drink half a box plus that's crazy. I don't care if you're an athlete or not. How you're just
now
how you're
we
just
will
going
agree
to
that
work is nuts.
box wine. So like, there's a difference between black box wine and a box of Franzia. So he wasn't taking down a bottle of Franzia, which I think is 3 bottles or 5 bottles. I think it's 3 bottles for a box of Franzia, maybe 5.
Yeah.
But the black box, I'm assuming, is that's what he meant, and I think that's 2 bottles. But still, I could not wrap my head around. Dude, I felt hungover after Saturday night being up past 10:45.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
slap
woke
the
up the next
bag.
day like
Slap the bag was real.
I felt
Slap
like
the
I
bag
drank
was
a
real.
case of Keystone.
Yeah, I did too, dude. I'm still recovering from our freaking weekend.
That's how
Y'all are
lame you are.
recovering. Dude, I'm telling you, that drive back when I got into Newark at 2 a.m. was rough.
Tony's mom drinks a box of wine by 7 every night.
She's dedicated. That's funny.
I wish she would have been that dedicated when she had a membership at the gym.
Wait, that's not his mom. It's his friend's mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, dang it. All right. That makes more sense.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, resend that invite one more time for the admin thing. Justin,
Yeah. Let me go on Safari.
let me see.
Oh, good.
I'm removing you from the team. I'm gonna
Sorry for putting that in the universe. I misread your comment. Oh,
RJ.
it's just so crazy to think back to your 20s and how you lived and drank, and then how you survive.
Oh, dude. There are so many times that I can look back on and be like, how?
Mhm.
And why would I be so dumb?
All right, I just got it.
Right. You got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we did some stupid stuff for sure.
Just like, again, there's a place in Kenosha called Ron's, the burger place, but they're known for their Long Islands. Like they have like 50 of them, and there's like a tour to whatever the Long Islands, and you get a free thing if you drink all 50 in a year. They I think they dropped it to 2, but they used to limit you to 3. And each one of their Long Islands was like, depending on the one, like 4 to 6 shots. So you could walk out of there like 12 to 18 shots deep. And we would eat there, drink there. And then that's like where we would start going up to the bar. It's like, holy moly.
I don't know if the culture is like this anywhere else in the country, but yeah, we used to like literally start our day at 11 a.m. We'd get brunch, get some mimosas and shit. And then after that is when we'd get after it. Like that was a normal, like you just get buzzed. And then for the rest of the day, you're just worried about getting like turned.
Yeah,
Nah,
even
other
when
people don't do that because they stay up past the time our bars are closed. Like the people in Brazil, like Brazilians stay up until like 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
just
So
going
they
at it.
yeah.
So they don't have like a
even
morning.
when we started, like I started CrossFit, there was like, dude, I would pay nothing. I would give everything to go back and have what we had when we started. But when we started, there was like 15 to 20 of us, middle 20s, ex-athletes for the most part, all new to CrossFit. And like it was the most fun chase every day, or winning workouts, or racing to get the first muscle up, or racing to get the first 280 clean. But dude, it was crazy how much we would train and party. It'd be like a Friday or whatever. Like we do 5:30 p.m. class, eat, go out all night, close the bar. We do 9 a.m. partner wad with like whiskey rolling out of our pours.
Yeah.
And then we go to coffee pot after. And then the boathouse is across the street. It's like, hair of the dog. And then, sometimes it'd just be like a Bloody Mary. And sometimes it's like, that Saturday then was boathouse till 2:30. Okay, then we go here, and then we go here. It's like, how does the body do it?
It doesn't.
Oh, it did.
It shouldn't.
It
Yeah,
should.
it's nuts, dude. I'm so happy I'm past that part of my life.
Dude, same. And I
Yeah,
loved
soccer's
it. It was
fun.
such a big identity of mine. Like I played rugby in college. Like that is a drinking sport.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm trying to get into the Instagram right now to share this stuff with you guys.
Another decade of that, I wouldn't be doing it anymore.
Well, anyway, what other type of shit is going on in the CrossFit world right now? They're trying to sell, right?
Yeah, they'll sell soon. They'll sell soon.
You think so?
Yep.
I just think what Mrs.
It says up to
Slot
4
was
people.
saying is just people get so much of an identity that drinking is their fun and they're happy, and they build their identity and like I'm the fun guy at the bar, and they're like positive feedback loop gets so interwoven with that they don't realize that again, like when you do that, all you're doing is like borrowing the next day's joy because you're a mess.
Yeah.
I would love if Greg bought it back.
If Greg bought back the
Yeah, like Barstool did. Like Disney buys it or whoever bought it, and they're like, wait, we can't own this thing. Yeah. Was it Colonial Penn or whatever? Penn bought it and then they sold it back. So like, oh God.
I want like I don't know, dude. Do you think like why are they selling?
They have to. It's private equity. You're either going to hold something for 3, 5, or 7 years. That's how a private equity company works. Otherwise, they're very bad at what they do.
Plus, they cut a bunch of costs recently, so they can probably show that they made something
Yeah.
for the board to be able to sell at this point, because that board probably doesn't want anything to do with CrossFit anymore with what just went on the last few years.
I think they
that's what I'm
shaved down the
wondering.
game season expense from about 25 to 30 to about 5 to 9. They really trimmed back the games expenses to make the business more green.
Mhm.
In the black, red. I'm making money.
So you don't think that it like has anything to do with just like CrossFit just not being profitable?
It definitely has part of the equation, but as a private equity, like you're allocating resources of time and employees and talent to try to like you got to cut your losses. Like you either have 3, 5, or 7, and that's based off of the company, the industry, the state of that upside potential, whether that's like social factors or not. Like you got to get out. You got to clean your hands of it, get your money, because you owe it to your investors to be getting at least a 7 to 14% return, and at some point you just cut your losses, even if it's a big chunk. You reallocate your resources to hopefully something else that you make it back. Just like, yeah, you gotta fold your hand.
Profits way up for CrossFit. You think so?
Well, I think it's up because they've reduced expenses.
Yeah. They can say that now. Well, way up. What's way up?
I honestly,
Way up
if
from
I
what
was
they've been
CrossFit,
getting.
I don't know if this is legal, but I would have paid for and faked like 200,000 additional signups for the Open. And be like, hey,
Why?
we had the record Open signups. Like, we're doing amazing. And we're like, holy crap. Yeah, CrossFit's back, baby. They spend $4 million to inflate it by 200,000 people, and they get 40 million back in additional business evaluation.
I feel
But I'm
like
assuming that's illegal.
yeah, that's definitely illegal. Logan keeps having to mute us because he's discussing highly secretive.
What time is it?
It's 9:38.
Okay. I
How
got
long you got?
22 minutes.
22 minutes.
We got to meet with the building owner, to hammer out the final details of who's paying for what, and that I really hope it goes that I am not paying for any. Which
There you
I think
go.
it will. I think it will go that way, but
How do you feel about it so far?
I feel good. Again, if we can build what we drew, it will be the nicest affiliate in the United States. I don't think I should have to pay for the mezzanine and the extra build out, because if he would have 6 different renters, he would have 6 walls, 6 bathrooms. Like, there's more building cost and time. And he already had someone tour my facility to rent after I leave, which I let them come in and I've worked with them and kind of helping sell them. So it's like, if I don't move, there's a vacancy
Mhm.
in the new space. Or if I do move, he's going to have me locked in for 5 years with 11,200 square feet. And then the new guy's taking my space to 6,400. So there's no like lapse in rent revenue, where it's like, okay, even if the build is 25, 35K, dude, you're recouping 80 times that
Right.
in 5 years. Like, you're coming out ahead. Like, it's not, that's not a shocker. But so it's just like, yeah, it's probably more than you want to spend your build. I get that. But you are locking in what a sure thing. Just take it.
Yeah. Do you think, like, are you gonna have any ownership like in the building if you're paying for some of the shit, or no?
That's the thing, is I have no ownership in the building. And
Okay.
so I already spent 20 grand on big glass bay doors. Like, I own those. Like, it wasn't like, hey, these doors are worth 2 grand. I'll pay the difference for the upgrade. Like, I bought them on my own accord to improve the space. And it's his space, he owns it. And that's the whole thing. It's like, I don't think I should pay any money for something I don't own. I understand they can't build everything like super high quality, intricate, like, but that's also, I'm having Justin build it so that it's just Justin and I work together. Ken doesn't have to worry about it. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I think it's gonna be a cool spot.
Dude, if we can do what we're planning on doing, I do not think there's another affiliate in the United States that'll be nicer, let alone the world.
Yeah.
Outside of the fact that we don't have climate to have fun stuff outside. But
Do you feel like you can tell people what you're gonna do there? In terms of
you
build
saying
out?
what?
Like in terms of build out and like how cool it's gonna be or what the cool things are?
Yeah, so it will be 11,200. There'll be 2/3 of the affiliate will be the gym will be the affiliate. Will be big enough to have at least 30 people without sharing any squat racks, rowers, bikes, anything. And then there'll be a separate 24-hour access open gym space that'll be about 3,400 square feet that you can key fob in there, and you can do regular global stuff. So you'll have like hack squat, leg press, reverse hyper, belt squat, whatever, dumbbells, whatever you need for traditional training. And then there'll be locker rooms, like 4 showers in each gender, sex. There'll be
Yeah, so there'll be like 30
childcare. There'll be a
bathrooms.
childcare room for child watch. There'll be an office for the doctor and PT that are at the gym that we can do treatment right there, to do dry needling, which Logan got some
That
on
was dope.
Saturday. Or again, we have a doctor that literally has his own sonar. So if we want to, like, if someone's shoulder hurts, we can be like, hey, there's a tear. Like,
Yeah.
go get an MRI and let's get you on a path to rehab. Or, hey, structurally you're safe. Just be smart and recover. And then the upstairs will be all a recovery studio. So it'll be a mezzanine above the lobby, locker rooms, and offices. And that'll be its own key fobbed access for sauna, cold plunge, red light. The goal is also to have like float tank and the hyperbaric or oxygen chambers. Obviously, some of that stuff will have to wait because I don't think I'm going to spend that much money.
Yeah, isn't like a hyperbolic chamber or whatever like $100,000?
No, there's Elevate, I think, is like 18 to 24K.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's all that stuff is coming down. I mean, red light beds are like 4 to 6 grand now. They're a lot less than they used to be.
You're not gonna get the Gary Brecka one that's 120,000, dude.
So no. But again, so we'll probably do like 9/10 of it. I'll probably just spend the money and outfit the gym exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But I do think when we open our doors, there's going to be a significant influx of membership. And And if that's the case, then I definitely will go with like those really high end experiences.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we'll definitely have bigger showers. We've already mapped that
If
out.
you start paying full-time coaches, I'll come out there.
Okay.
You want to coach full time? Leave the military?
If he can, is my wife watching this right now? Maybe, but
She commented earlier.
yeah, let's see.
Again,
Times
my
that
goal is to
stop
pay my head honcho 60 to 80K.
Yeah, we can fit 3 dudes in the shower at one time. Yeah, no, 1 shower, 3 dudes is pretty good. Who would know about that? Kenneth the Lap would know about putting a bunch of dudes in the shower at the same time. He'd be cool with that.
Very much. Yeah, the new gym's gonna be sweet. I just hope I'm not paying for stuff that I will never get my money back for. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I understand, like, if it comes down to either go or no go, there's probably some money I will pay, but I do not want to tie up more money in something that in 5 years he could be like, hey, I got a different renter. Dude, Global Gym bathrooms are a unique experience. I can only imagine what it's like on a base.
No, it's not. It's not like just like on a base. It's more so like in the field. But
Yeah.
it's we had these. We were on rotation, and we had to go into. We were in the Netherlands, and we were like in this like confined space before we left to go to our next place. And they're like, hey, the bathrooms you can only use in this trailer that was inside a complex. So the trailer itself was like the shower and everything. No one told us that it was, no one filtered out the water. So the water you walk in, you had flip-flops on, but it didn't matter because the water was ankle height from everybody's shower, from like the 10, 15 showers in there in that trailer. Nastiest water. It's like, why am I even wearing shoes? Why am I even showering here? I'm gonna get whatever's in this water on my feet. That was nasty.
There was just so much cum on the ground. You were slipping.
Dude, for real. You got all those guys all backed up.
Nasty.
Oh, gross.
Nasty.
And there's like what sucks too is like there are those people that like they love to create chaos. So like for you, it's gross for 49 out of 50 people. And then there's that one person that's like, oh, it'd be so funny just to shit all over the floor and jizz on the ground. And then someone's gonna step in it. It's like, oh.
Bro, when I was in middle school, you know how they used to do middle school dances? Logan, you might be too young for this, but
No,
they used to do middle school dances, and somebody at one of the middle school dances shit in the middle of the dance, like the basketball court in the
That's
gym.
public school stuff right there.
That is public school stuff. They just took a shit, dude. I remember everyone was like, no way, just freaking out. We had to leave. It was so funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I know who it was now. And he was one of my good buddies for a long time. But
And his name's what?
Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah, that's his first name.
Old Charlie.
Old Charlie.
We got a Chuck at the gym now.
Do you?
Charlie, yeah.
Mm.
He's a sailor.
Heck yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's been there for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think
he was
that,
saying for St. Patrick's Day, he was there to dye the water in Chicago. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, were you supposed to be on the boat? Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. I think this whole WFP series that we're gonna do is gonna be pretty good.
I agree. Again, I think the first one, I feel much better about it. And I think that's important that the community at large gets their mind and feelings out of it being a threat. That's not good for any of us to feel like there's this impending doom.
Yeah.
We all just want to do good things. So let's just be in good headspace.
Logan, how do you feel about it after having talked to Maggie?
I'm a lot more comfortable with the topic, but I still have questions for the people running it in regards to what they feel is like their 5-year plan with this, um, how they see their team moving forward or acquiring new team members at certain levels of their organization.
Mm.
And I
You know.
want confirmation on who gets paid and who doesn't get paid. Because
Why?
it sounds like the challengers don't get paid. And if you're a challenger like Colton or Annika Greer, or whoever, and you're competing, and you don't get paid. Why? And
Well,
they just got the same pros just year over year.
is it they just okay, hold on. So I still don't understand the structure. The challengers are people that are just, is it going to be like a Kill Taylor thing where they just pop in?
So, to
and
my
they got
knowledge,
to?
it's I think 40 people competing at a time, men and women. There's 20 signed women and men that are pros that are like locked into the tour, and then there's like qualifiers, and then it will define the 20 challengers.
Mhm.
Those pros have salaries. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know any numbers for certain, but it sounds like 60 to 100K that they get paid for being a part of the tour. And then in the tour events, you can win, I think, 30, 30, and 70 or something like that. The two qualifiers in the final. But Tommy Marquez was recently quoted saying that challengers cannot make money. And I don't know what that means. Does that mean that they, like, from what it sounds like, that means that they can't win the 30, 30, or 70 on the tour events? But if that's the case, there's no money made for any of them. So why would they compete? And if they don't compete, the same pros aren't ever going to get taken out. So if, like, say Colton does it and he crushes and he ends up being in the final rankings 5th, he becomes a pro and the 20 to 21st person gets bumped out. And then that's the next year's pros from what it sounds like. And they all get contracts and they're good on the tour and they get paid. But if it's that Colton doesn't get paid because he's not a pro, he's just a challenger, I don't think you're going to get the challengers actively pursuing it. And then you're just going to have the same pros just be a lock. And most of those pros that are in it are on the back half. They're on the fucking 18th hole of their career, like Pat and them, Noah, Chandler.
So the
So-
challengers idea is to try to get them to like win a spot for the next year.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why it would be necessary that they would get paid then. Unless it was
Because
like,
you should still be able to, if you beat everyone, you should walk with the prize money.
so is there a prize purse for each competition on top of their salary?
I want to say that it's 30K for the first two events,
Okay.
and then the finals is 70. And I'm assuming there's like a step down on prize money based on second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So-
Then yeah, I agree. So if they spend the money to go out there and challenge like WFP's athletes and then they win, yeah, they should definitely walk away with a prize purse for sure. Yeah.
Because again, that's what we all want to see. We want to see Colton go there and take everyone's money and laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's great. Like, we want storylines. We want it to be interesting. And if they're not paying the challengers, that's not going to be interesting at all because no one's going to care, right? This whole thing is about making careers and athletes opportunities. Well, that's a terrible opportunity.
Well, I don't think that, yeah, nobody would even sign up to challenge them. There would be no
I mean, Colton can live and be incentivized just like on Kill Taylor. He donated the $1,500, but he came on Kill Taylor to beat Hopper because of how Hopper acted. So, like, Colton's got that, like, I want to knock you off your pedestal.
Yeah,
I'm
plus
gonna
he
knock
acted
you down a
cocky
couple
knowing the
times.
workout.
What?
He
So-
literally said the workout verbatim.
Who did?
Yeah.
Hopper.
What do you mean?
He said so. He was a Coffee Pods and Wads, and they were asking him what they think the workout's gonna be, and he literally said he's like it's gonna start on a row, end on a row, and it's gonna be wall walks, 25
Five
this, 25 this, 25 that, and then Dallin's like
They're like looking
Like-
at him. They're like,
what are you doing? I think
"Bro,
he's
what? Stop.
just goofball. Like he just didn't care. Like
Oh, so you think he knew prior?
I think
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we know people knew prior.
Yeah.
He was so confident saying it, and everybody else was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. He spilled the beans.
But he didn't spill the beans for everyone. Most people kind of knew what the structure or like
Yeah.
the movements, but he set out like the actual workout.
I mean,
I
to
think
be
I
fair,
wish-
if they know, why not? Like if the athletes know, why wouldn't they let the rest of the athletes around the world know? I think that he probably did a good thing.
Yeah, but it was like 4
Well, he know you
hours
should say
before.
it, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, people knew for weeks.
I
Yeah.
really wish the workout was 50 cal row, 50 deadlift, 50 cal row, 25 wall walks. I really like that. I would, from a test standpoint, more density makes that workout so much harder. I don't I mean, this workout this was I think my best open score in any workout ever.
Mhm.
I just don't, I think the barbell was such a write-off.
Yeah.
Like
Like it wasn't
that,
hard enough.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the deadlift was, again, the best score for most people was singles on the deadlifts, singles on the power cleans, and singles on the snatches. And what made me do so much better in my retest is it finally just dawned on me that, like, if I'm feeling good or blown up, there's only going to be about a 30-second difference in my row. And so I'm just going to hammer these cleans and hammer these snatches, save myself minutes. For me, then okay, if I give up 30 seconds in the row, I've gained 2 or 3 minutes in these two movements prior. That's a net win. And that's all I did. My score was way better. And I still got to the rower. And then, okay, you're here. You get 50 calories. You're going to say you're just going to walk it off. No, like, you'll dig in and make it hurt. And then I threw up everywhere.
So what would you have liked to see the weights be then?
I would say 225 is fine. I think for the clean, it
185.
should have been 185 and 135. Or maybe even just make it a squat clean and a squat snatch.
I think, but like for an open workout, right? Like 185 would be kind of crazy to make the cleans.
We've had we've had 185 power cleans and handstand push-ups for a workout, ascending reps. We've
For
had
the
clean
open?
and yeah, we've
Not
had clean and jerks. We've had clean and jerks in excess of 315. I think it was a box jump pistol ascending rep. The open has had very hard tests.
Huh.
That total bar double under, ascending rep, weight clean, descending rep, squat clean. That's one of my favorite open workouts because I think it's one of the best tests.
Well, you tell me then. Isn't that kind of like negating the point of what the open is? Isn't it supposed to be for like the everyday average Joe? Like,
Yeah, but the everyday average Joe can achieve a lot of those things.
a 315 clean and jerk?
Yes, Logan can.
What? But he's trying.
Right. That's the thing. CrossFitters, we believe that the methodology over time will induce trying because we become accustomed to hard things, and that whatever the amygdala or whatever it is, like, it gets one of those things that self conditions itself to do hard things, and that dopamine hit, and you start to get fitter and fitter. Again, I've worked out for a long time leading up to CrossFit. CrossFit has completely changed my perspective on my desire to get better, the things I do outside of the gym to be better and healthier and stronger. And I think CrossFit does a really good job of taking the average human being, not overly athletic, and giving them some tools to actually chase some pretty impressive fitness, like Travis Williams.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I agree with that for sure. But I don't know if a 315 or even a 185 power clean for like a test that's supposed to be for the everyday average Joe is like attainable for most average Joes. I think that a lot of times as people who are in the gym, we kind of like, I've had this talk so many times with people like in our powerlifting gym, right? Like we don't really perspective how like extraordinary some of the things that we do are, right?
Yeah.
Like if you bench 225 in you're an everyday average Joe, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
You know, and like for us who are people in the gym, we're like jaded. We're like 225. Like if you're not benching 315, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then same thing for like, I would even say cleans, dude. Like if you clean 185, like you're doing pretty damn good in the gym. Like you're doing really good. 315 is like amazing.
I don't think so. I think 185 is where you start to say that's pretty good for a chick. I think you got to be able to clean about 245 for a guy, to where it's like, okay, hey, actually you're ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, but that's for somebody who's in the gym actively practicing CrossFit, doing CrossFit shit. I'm talking
about a CrossFitter.
The everyday average Joe CrossFitter is just somebody who just wants to get a little bit more fit and be healthy.
That's why I think that you unfortunately, again, I can only speak on my experience.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, in my experience, the gyms that I have been a part of has had a very good percentage of the population genuinely giving a shit to give their best, to chase their best, to beat the person to their left and their right. Like, again, I can only speak to my experiences, so I cannot say what every CrossFit gym looks like. I have
Yeah, for sure.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I have my experiences, but people that choose excellence like to surround themselves with people that choose excellence. So I can only imagine what it's like at some gyms where it's like, hey, movement is movement, and I'm just happy you're here. And no one is really pushing, you know, you got the open workout. And it's like, hey, 185 or 135 is pretty heavy for you, Susie. Just do the scaled option. And it's like, but you could do 135. And so maybe it's just how many does she get? And
Yeah.
if we're never giving the nudge and they never get that light bulb to go off, like, holy shit, I can do this stuff. That's a culture, and that I can't speak to the culture of other affiliates. I can speak to mine and the interactions I've had.
I'm right there with you for sure about like giving people the nudge, but I don't think that giving people the nudge or like expecting excellence from them necessarily translates to like what's realistic in the world. So like you can definitely nudge people to want to do better and heavier clean and jerks, but to say like 315 is accessible for the majority of the population, it's just not, especially for your everyday average class goer. Even like
when it comes to weightlifting, yes, there is a ceiling because you do need more touch points.
Yeah.
But the average CrossFitter, who I say gives a shit, will find the time to get under a barbell extra if that's where their goals are.
Yeah. So I'm just talking about like staying specific, because like you can have somebody who's like wanting to be like super dedicated and super into the craft, but the only time that they have is that hour that you're giving them, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably the majority of Gen Pop is like, I have this hour, this is what I'm going to spend, and I'm going to give my all and everything to this hour. And then those are the people that I think like, yeah, you give them the nudges or whatever, but it's probably unrealistic that they're going to be able to do 185 for reps on a power clean. Probably unrealistic for 315.
There's an old video by Misfit Athletics called The Last Affiliate Hero, and it's about Max Bragg. And all he did, I think he was a tree cutter, but all he did was the hour class because that's all he had time for. And homie made regionals like a few times.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, that's not going to be the case for everyone because I tried to make regionals and I was
the majority.
Close.
Yeah.
But you can do a lot in the hour. Obviously, genetic potential and athleticism and what you do outside of it does all matter. But again, I have seen way more people find closer to their potential in CrossFit than other modalities and training methods.
Yeah, I think that I'm not going to dispute that at all. I think that CrossFit does a really good job. Like I said a couple shows ago, like if I ever decided to go back to bodybuilding, I'd probably be a much better bodybuilder because like I understand the threshold that I'm capable of. But again,
I would have such a hard time doing it. Like I think there was a couple of times where I couldn't, wherever I went, I couldn't do CrossFit. And I was like, that's fine. I'll just go to the gym and I'll bench and I'll do curl. And I was just like, I can't, I feel slow. I'm bored.
Yeah. I've done bodybuilding. Like I did a little bodybuilding cycle during the running prep. And like, dude, I did feel it like translate. I did absolutely feel it because I was like, okay, normally, like for example, right? I don't remember what the dumbbells were. I was like, maybe I would do like 55 for 15 reps on the shoulder press or something like that. But instead I went up higher and realized, oh shit, I'm grinding these reps out, but they're slowing down significantly, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But Extra Sloppy says, I think I'll hit 315 with little more than class participation. Yeah. As long as you get in the gym and you do extra on top of class, I don't see why not. But again, like, and I'm like, dude, I'm definitely the person that like, is like, you should believe you're extraordinary and, you know, always positive self-talk and stuff like that. However, there has to be the acknowledgement of like the genetic ceiling that, and I'm just making the argument that what we do in the gym is extraordinary and it's not normal. Like the normal person that you like, if you walk up to some 45-year-old on the street that doesn't work out and you tell him that you can deadlift 315 pounds, his world is going to be rocked, you know? And to us, it's like, you don't deadlift 500 pounds or 405, whatever you guys think the impressive number is. You're like, are you serious? You don't deadlift that? but that's just because like our perspective on numbers is
Yeah.
different. You know what I mean? That's the only argument that I'm making. I
Yeah.
don't think that anybody should cap themselves mentally on where they can go, right? Like
Yeah.
I still have this idea in my head that if I wanted to become a Masters CrossFit Games athlete, I could become that. Like that's just how I think, you know, and whether that's realistic or not, I don't know. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not trying right now, but I feel like if I wanted to, I could.
Yeah. I just, again, I'm never not going to love CrossFit. There's so many things that I think CrossFit delivers. Like, dude, the number of women, average human beings at our gym that have deadlifted 300, 315 pounds is crazy. Christine, Keisha, Lizzie, like just some of our 6 PMers that are normal ass people living normal ass lives have acquired so much strength that they are so much more useful in life.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I mean, I agree. I think CrossFit does a lot of really good things, you know. I definitely
And I think we all know that you know it. You just got to play your role and act spicy.
No, I just genuinely don't think it's exclusive.
You can become a woman.
Yeah. I just genuinely like, and I'm never going to like hide this fact, but I genuinely don't think it's exclusive to CrossFit. Like if you would take a week and come to Edge and see the community aspect and all the stuff, you'd be like, this is exactly like a CrossFit gym. The only difference is that like Kirk is just not programming Metcons and, you know, whatever. But like you see people do the same things. Like they're suffering together. They're doing, by the way, 150 wall balls together for high rocks. And then on top of that, they're like all going for a weighted vest or this weird like pin walk after.
Winner's Edge, CrossFit gyms, or like, do you know what ETF is?
No.
It's a gym out of Chicago that trains like a lot of like bubble pros and football and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then there's another gym in Racine. I think it might be a chain, but they are smaller, like more boutique strength and conditioning gyms. All of those gyms are going to find the same archetypes of people that are in CrossFit gyms.
Okay.
CrossFit gyms is just a more accessible type of gym that can induce that find that archetype more opportunity. So I agree. It's not exclusive to CrossFit, but the types of gym that it does exist at is different to anything that is going to be a chain or a municipality gym.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I think that a lot of these like different types of gyms don't breed the same kind of people, you know.
Yeah. What are we doing on time?
We're at 10:05. It's 10:05 right now.
I got 5 minutes.
All right, cool.
Go buy your Paper Street.
Yeah, go buy your Paper Street coffee. Dude, I mean, that's a really solid deal. I just bought like 30 cans of Frost for $64. If you boil that down to like what a nitro coffee is at Starbucks, $7, you know, that's including tip or whatever, times 30. How much is that, Logan? $210?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's wild. And this nitro is objectively better.
Yeah, no, it's good. And for me, it's like, I just like supporting people I like.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it so easy to pull the trigger and support Gabe or Travis or whoever when it's like, I know that it's bettering the life of someone that's going to better other lives.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of computer do you have, Justin?
Blue hair, Starbucks.
What was that, Logan?
What kind of computer do you have?
I've got the new iMac, the desktop
Pro?
iMac.
Oh, desktop iMac.
Yeah, I've got that new.
Those
one.
are really affordable and really nice.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's got an M4 chip.
Yep.
And then I've got the MacBook Pro M4 as well.
Yeah. Like even in my office, I just have a Mac Mini. It was $400.
Yeah.
M2 chip, like totally works great.
Yeah. Yeah. Why, Logan? Are you trying to upgrade or what?
I think so eventually because I got a Mac Air that my wife uses, and I'm looking at some of the Apple stuff on one of the military sites, so it's a lot cheaper.
You guys get discounts on Mac?
You better.
Frick, dude.
Yeah, this one is MacBook Pro, 16 gigs, $1,300, M4.
How much RAM?
512.
Yeah. How much is it?
1,300.
You should cop now.
And I'm starting to figure out how ways you can add memory to MacBooks a lot easier. Before it used to be like impossible and you'd have to be soldering stuff. It sounds like it's getting easier to increase RAM storage.
I just pay for extra iCloud.
RAM and storage are different.
I had to offload shit off my computer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yes.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand that. Okay.
No,
Good.
yeah. I try to take the burden off the computer as much as possible. So just like
Yeah.
store it in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end.
I really like StreamYard.
Yeah, I like it a lot better than Streamlabs.
Our first go, we had very little issues.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pay for this today.
Okay.
Get it done.
And then Logan play with stuff, and then we can start to work on having some structure or maybe graphics and have topics and timers and fun things.
Send me all the graphics in like an email or something so we can upload them, or I can upload them.
Yeah, we have that banner from Travis gave us the banner.
Yeah.
The one with Vindicate and stuff. We need the banner for Thirdsy on it.
Yep.
And then I know we have a Paper Street code,
Yeah, let's get that.
but I just don't have a banner for it. Paulina left, unfortunately. So maybe I can talk to Gabe about it.
Okay.
All right. Well, Thursday, what? Thursday, 10 a.m., Jason Ansley, WFP, World Fitness Project. That's who we're talking to next. So be ready for that. That one's going to be a really good one. Jason's a super good dude, super candid too. He'll just like.
Where should people put questions in? Should they put questions in these comments, or are we going to put a story out, whatever, ask me anything for Jason Ainsley?
The
Or
story,
questions you have
question.
for WFP?
story would be easiest.
Yeah, let's get
Right.
some.
So if you don't follow us on Instagram, the Counter X Culture Pod is the Instagram handle. Go there and then feed us questions. We'll be sure to do our best to ask questions. I mean, we're going to have to just like kind of do our thing first, and then we'll do that. We'll probably opening it up to a live Q&A would be a good idea too for Thursday. So that people can ask it live if they have any other questions. So we'll try to save 10 to 15 minutes. I don't even know how long that podcast should be. How long do you guys have on Thursday? I mean, Logan, I think it's mostly up to you. Wait, do you have to coach noon, Joe? On Thursday?
It depends. I can talk to Jess. I have at least 11:30. That's 90 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we can do 90 for sure. Logan?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right, 10 a.m. CST. We'll be talking to Jason Ansley, and we'll go from there. I think that we're going to do more World Fitness people too. I just got to get them on the schedule. So
Got to get the information out.
that's right. That's right.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
boys.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Like and subscribe.